Yes lads, how you all doing? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Now today I'm going to bring you guys the Everton versus Leicester match preview. So the boys and girls, after another brilliant result last time out in FA Cup actions, the Foxes progressed into round 5 of the FA Cup with a 3-1 win away from home against Brentford. Premier League action resumes and our attention is fully on that, as on Wednesday night we will take on Everton away from home at Goodison Park in another huge Premier League game. So that being said, in today's video I'm going to bring you guys the Everton versus Leicester match preview. A run for the Everton side of things, my thoughts on the game, my predicted start, and also my score prediction for Wednesday night's huge game in the Premier League. But just before we get into all that, make sure a big thumbs up down below on today's video if you guys are going to enjoy today's video. As of course today I'll bring you guys the Everton versus Leicester match preview. Also subscribe to see my face on your screen before, of course we're now well on the road to 2,000 subscribers. So yeah, if you guys could subscribe to the channel, that'd be massively appreciated. Also turn on my channel post notifications so you guys will get a notification every single time I upload a brand new video on the channel. Follow my social medias, links them will be in the description down below. Go through my Instagram, Snapchat and Twitter. Like I said, all links to them will be in the description. And as always, most importantly, just let me know your thoughts on the game, your score predictions, your general thoughts on the game, and also your predicted lines. Just let me know in the comment section down below, boys and girls. But yeah, let's cut the waffling and let's get into the Everton versus Leicester match preview. So the boys and girls, as always, getting straight into today's match preview. You guys should know the drill by now, of course. We're going to start off by talking a bit about the opposition side of things. Of course, we travel to Goodison Park on Wednesday night, and of course we'll take on Everton in the Premier League. This week on the channel, I've got Mark from the channel, the Blue Boys Network, to bring you guys the Everton side of things. He's been on the channel a number of different times now, so yeah, go subscribe to the channel. He's a good lad, he's doing some good content over there on his channel, so yeah, go subscribe. There'll be a link to his channel in the description down below, but he's going to come over and bring you guys the Everton side of things heading into today's game. So yeah, cheers for Mark for coming on the channel today. I'm going to hand it to him. He's going to bring you and me the Everton side of things.
What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again from the Blue Boys Network. Again, thank you for having me on, Josh. Really do appreciate it as always. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button for his channel, and obviously come and subscribe to mine if you're new. Now, Everton against Leicester at Everton. Tough game for both teams for two different reasons. Everton, not great at home. Leicester, good away. It's exactly the same story with your guys at your place, having come off the back of a 2-0 defeat to Everton earlier in the year, well, last year. So it's a game that Leicester are going to want to win for obvious reasons. It also gives them a bit of a gap between the team that's got 2 games in hand with them. So obviously if we win our 2 games in hand, we go level on points. So obviously you will want to get that win over us, which is understandable. Everton are going to miss Decore and Allen in the middle of midfield, which is going to be a massive blow to Everton. You know, there's no getting around that. It's a huge blow. But one thing I would say is Andre Gomez, Gylfi Sigurdsson and James Rodriguez linked up really well midweek against Sheffield Wednesday. Although it is Wednesday and not Leicester, at least we were seeing signs of good creative football from our midfield. So I expect a good game. I expect a close game. Goal scoring wise, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, we don't need to say anymore. I think that's 17 goals for him in all competitions this season so far. He's been fantastic. He's got another one against Sheffield Wednesday, although he hasn't scored in the Premier League in the last 4 games. So it's going to be a tight game. I do think Leicester, weirdly, will have an advantage because they're away. And as an Everton fan and seeing our away form, we've noticed it this season. But I think Everton might want to lose, so I'm going 1-1. I think James Maddison, Tielemans are going to cause all sorts of problems in the middle of the park. You've obviously got quality on your wings, you've got quality on the bench. It's going to be a tough game. Biggest positive for Everton is Jamie Vardy's not in the Leicester team and won't be for the next few weeks. I think he's having surgery. So, you know, that could be a massive blow to Leicester. But they've got goals, they've got pace, they've got power. Harvey Barnes always impressed me. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough game. Hopefully Everton get the 3 points for obvious reasons. But nevertheless, good luck for the rest of the season. And yeah, score predictions 1-1. Goal scorers Dominic Calvert-Lewin and James Maddison.
So then lads, that is it for the Everton side of things and heading into Wednesday night's game. So yeah, like I said, big thanks to Mark for coming on the channel. Go subscribe to his channel, link will be in the description down below. But yeah lads, without further ado, let's get into the Leicester side of things. Right then, Everton away then on Wednesday night. Of course, we return back to Premier League action after another fantastic result last night, of course, in FA Cup action on Sunday as we beat Brentford 3-1 away from home. And once again, the players' confidence heading into Wednesday night's game is going to be sky high, and obviously it's going to be needed because Wednesday night's game is going to be an incredibly tough game, but it's also a huge game for Leicester once again. Of course, with the Premier League title race now hotting up, with Leicester heavily involved in that, every single game now is going to be a big one for Leicester. Every single point matters, and it's going to be another incredibly tough game, but also, like I said, it's going to be a massive game on Wednesday night against Everton away from home. Of course, Everton are doing well this season as well. So yeah, if Leicester can get 3 points or even a point in that one, it would be a huge result to keep Leicester in the title race towards the end of the season. I really do believe Leicester are in it at the moment. If we continue our great start to 2021, we're unbeaten. We've won every game, about 5 wins on the bounce now. Hopefully that can continue on Wednesday night against Everton. However, of course, it's going to be an incredibly tough game against Everton away from home at Goodison Park. To be honest, lads, Leicester don't really have the best of records against Everton. Of course, we took on them earlier on this season. Around, I think it was about the start of December. Leicester lost 2-0, I think it was. So yeah, and before that, we lost at Goodison Park in lockdown as well. So yeah, the record isn't the greatest. It's going to be a tough one, but hopefully Leicester can continue on good form and get another 3 points away from home. So then let's speak about the game then in a bit more detail. So yeah, like I said already about 5 times, it's going to be a tough game. But honestly, lads, it is going to be an incredibly tough game. And like I've been saying already, it's an incredibly huge game as well for Leicester. Of course, Leicester and Everton both up there. But yeah, let's speak about the game then in a bit more detail. So yeah, obviously Leicester have no Vardy for the game, which is a massive impact for Leicester, and it's going to impact just the way we play. Obviously, Everton do have some key men missing in midfield like Decore and Allen. If them two are playing, I would not really fancy us for this game. But obviously, just with no Vardy up front, it completely eliminates that counter-attacking option. I think if Vardy was starting up front, I could imagine Leicester trying to sit back and look to go on the counter-attack. But now there's no Vardy up front, I think Leicester might try and bring the game to Everton, because it's either going to be an Iheanacho or a Jose Perez up front. And obviously, them two aren't the fastest, but they are quite good with just with the link of play, especially a Jose Perez in my opinion. So yeah, if anyone is going to have more of the ball, I think it will be Leicester in fact, because obviously Everton are missing some players in midfield, and if Leicester can continue the form midfield, obviously Tillemans and Maddison and then Diddy are all on fire at the moment. So if them three can play well, Leicester, if we can just control that midfield, we can bring the players like Jose Perez, Iheanacho into play. Whoever starts front, drag them in. We can see some runs in behind through that's a Barnes, who in my opinion is going to be key in the game as well. So yeah, for me, I think Leicester will probably have on the ball. It will be quite even. I think Everton, obviously, they are at home, so I think Everton they'll probably start off with more of the ball. Leicester will come into it. But yeah, yet again, it's going to be another interesting tactical battle between two fantastic managers in Ancelotti and Brendan Rodgers. So yeah, it's a very difficult one to predict. But obviously, I think Leicester are going to have more, just more of the ball, just with the absence of Vardy up front. But yeah, who knows what's going to happen, lads? It's a very difficult one to predict. It could be a close one, but there could be some goals in both sides. A bit shaky defensively, but going forward, they do score a lot of goals as well. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. So the boys, girls, that is it for the Everton side of things, and just then my thoughts on the game. So yeah, let's get into my predicted lineups. Yeah, this is the side I think Brendan Rodgers will go to start against Everton away from home tomorrow in the Premier League. So yeah, starting off in goal, we'll be going, of course, with Kasper Schmeichel. Of course, he got rested in the last game against Brentford. Of course, the backup keeper in Danny Ward came in. Didn't really do fantastic, but yeah, it wasn't the worst. But obviously, Schmeichel is going to come back in. He's injury free. So yeah, Schmeichel in goal for me, 100% last night. And of course, he will be the captain. Right then, moving into the back four. So yeah, just to quickly mention, as always, it will be the 4-3-3 formation. I always forget to say it. So yeah, 4-3-3 tomorrow. Same formation which Leicester have gone over the last couple of weeks, and it's fair to say it's worked quite well. So yeah, starting off then with the back four, started at right back, I'll be going with James Justin to come back into line. Of course, Ricardo Pereira was the man who started in that position against Brentford on Sunday. He obviously, I think Ricardo he was fantastic, but I don't think he's ready yet for Premier League action. Obviously, JJ's been fantastic recently as well. So is Ricardo is going to get him? Who knows? But yeah, just for this game, I think it will be James Justin to start in that right back role. So yeah, two centre backs then. It's going to be two changes once again. Of course, it was Soonchu and Amati who started against Brentford. The first centre back, the first change is going to be Wesley Fofana to come back into the line. Of course, he's injury free, just got a rest against Brentford. I think he'll come straight back into line. We all know how good he is. So yeah, Fofana is going to be the first centre back. Alongside him, the second change is going to be Johnny Evans, of course. He got rest against Brentford as well last night. So yeah, that will be my centre back pairing. Left back, it will be Timothy Castagne to come straight back into the line. Of course, he also got a rest against Brentford as Luke Thomas came in. So yeah, Castagne to come back in at left back. Of course, it's been that back four for the last 5 or so games, and I think we won all of them and done quite well. We kept 2 clean sheets in the last 2 Prem games as well. So yeah, hopefully that back four can continue just with a good form. But obviously, it's going to be tough. Then with lots of Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin, and even with lots of Bernard, I think he might start Everton as well. So yeah, it's going to be tough for them, but hopefully them four can have another solid game. Right then, moving into the midfield three. So yeah, starting off in that defensive role, we're going to be going with the main man, Wilfred Ndidi, to come back into the absolute king. God, whatever you want to say, Wilfred Ndidi. Probably our best player most recently. Of course, got a goal against Chelsea last night in the Premier League. Came on against Brentford for a bit, I do believe, and he looked fantastic as always. But yeah, Wilfred Ndidi, pretty easy. Straight in that CDM role for me. He's going to be important in the game, especially Leicester will have a lot of the ball. But yeah, Wilfred Ndidi is just a different level. So yeah, straight away, CDM, Wilfred Ndidi. For other centre mid then in that box-to-box role, easy again. Yuri Tillemans, fantastic as Yuri Tillemans been recently. I think he did well against Brentford. I was going to say he scored, but he didn't. But he was heavily involved in that one as well. So yeah, hopefully he can continue his good form. But yeah, he's been immense as well. And the guy ahead of him has also been immense, probably the best out of them three. James Maddison scored in the last 4 games. I think he scored another one against Brentford last well. He's been fantastic as well. So yeah, hopefully James can have another good game. But midfield wise, Leicester are on fire at the moment. And obviously, it's going to be key in the game. But if them three can keep up their good form, I can imagine Leicester winning. And you never know, it could be quite comfortable because them three honestly could really change the game because them three have been absolutely incredible most recently. And finally, moving into the front three. So yeah, the front three is usually easy, but this time it's not because obviously the main man, Jamie Vardy, is out injured. But yeah, starting off in the left wing position, this one is easy. Of course, it's going to be Harvey Barnes for Leicester. Started against Brentford last time out, wasn't the greatest, but he's still been good as Harvey Barnes most recently. Been fast, yes, it's been fantastic actually in Premier League action. So yeah, hopefully Barnes to start in the left wing position. I can imagine him to do so. Now onto the right wing. Yeah, it gets a bit difficult here. Obviously, the strike is going to be a lot more difficult. But yeah, right wing wise, of course, Under played against Brentford, scored, did well. Albrighton, he didn't play obviously, but he's been good as well. For me, I think it will be Mark Albrighton, but Under is very, very close to contention in my opinion. I think Albrighton will start though. Obviously, his work rate's fantastic. Obviously, he's not as skillful as Under, but Albrighton makes a massive impact on the team. And obviously, in the Premier League where he started the last 3 or 4 so games, I think he's been fantastic. So yeah, Albrighton on the right. So yeah, could be Chengi's Under though. It's close, but yeah, striker position then. Right, obviously Vardy is out injured. It's between Perez or Iheanacho in my opinion. I'm going to be going with a Jose Perez. Obviously, he started the last game against Brentford, which gives me a slight indication that Brennan's going to keep him for the Everton game, but it could definitely be Kelechi Iheanacho as well. Of course, both of them are kind of similar. They're both good finishes, but the pacing behind is not the greatest. Perez is a bit skillful in my opinion, but Iheanacho probably got just a better finish in my opinion. They're quite close together, but I'll probably just say Jose Perez because he has got a bit more experience in the Premier League. So yeah, hopefully Perez can do well up front, but it's a big opportunity for them too as well. So yeah, that's going to be my front three, lads. Obviously, Vardy, who's it going to be? So who's going to place him? Is it going to be Perez or Iheanacho? Just let me know in the comment section down below, lads. But yeah, that's it for my predict start. Just let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Obviously, it's a difficult one to predict, but obviously defence and midfield, and of course goalkeeper wise, it's pretty easy. But yeah, the front three is a tricky one. So the boys, girls, that's it for the Everton side of things. My thoughts on the game, and of course, just then my predicted lineup. So yeah, let's jump straight into my score prediction then for Wednesday night's huge clash in the Premier League. So yeah, for me, I'm going to go with a Leicester win, of course. So I'm going to go with a narrow 1-0 win to Leicester. I said earlier there could be goals, it could be a stalemate. I'm going to go just with the option of a stalemate because, yeah, it's going to be a very close one, a cagey one. But I think Leicester will just grab a goal. It could be a late one as well. But yeah, I'm going to give a narrow 1-0 win to Leicester. Goal scoring wise, I'm going to go with James Maddison to continue his great scoring record. It's going to be a very, very close one in my opinion on Wednesday night. It could be high scoring at the same time, but for me, I think it will be quite a cagey affair between two sides who are fighting for European football this season. So yeah, I'm going to go with a 1-0 Leicester win with James Maddison getting on the score sheet, lads. As always, just let me know your score predictions in the comment section down below for Wednesday night's huge game. So boys and girls, that is it for today's video. Of course, in today's video, bringing you guys the Everton versus Leicester match preview. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, just let me know by dropping a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. As always, most importantly, just let me know your thoughts on the game, your score predictions, just your predictions, and just general thoughts. Just let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section down below. But yeah, of course, it's going to be an incredibly tough game for Leicester. I'll see you all in the live watch along later today as well, lads. But yeah, it's going to be a big one. But yeah, I'm Sportsa, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Peace, guys.